All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Welcoming you guys right here on this Amazon live stream, guys. I want to welcome Terry. I want to welcome my man Alan DeBay in the house. Yeah! All right, y'all. So we got a lot to get to tonight. Tonight is the night. We're going to be doing some of the normal stuff we do every single night we go live. You know, we're going to be talking about some tech. We may create something with laser, and yeah, we'll see what kind of mischief we get into tonight. So if you guys have any early ideas, let me know down in the comments because I am here for it. Hope says hello to everyone over from YouTube. So welcome, Hope, guys, to the stream as well. All right, so what shall we get into tonight? First, I need to clear a few things off of our laser over here because I got some things stacked up, but I'm going to go ahead and do that while it's on my mind. Let's move this to the other desk and a couple other things. Move around. All right. We are almost there. We are almost there. All right, guys, so let me know what you guys would like to see me create tonight. I'm going to allow it to be a consensus of the crowd. So if you guys can come up with something you guys would like to see me try to create with this laser back here, let me know down in the comments. I am down for it, guys. I'm down for whatever you guys want to do tonight because it is your stream, you know. So I'm here for you guys. All right, so the first item that is listed in the carousel, so since we're already talking about lasers, let's go ahead and highlight that down in the carousel, and that is our X-Tool M1 Ultra. This is our 4-in-1 laser, guys. This thing is amazing. Check this out. You actually have 4 modules that come with this laser, okay? You get the print module, you get the pen module, you get the laser module. Now, I received the 10 watt, but there's a 20 watt module for this laser as well. And you also have a cutting module for this laser as well. So, man, 4-in-1, ready to make your interesting projects come together. So let me know who was first in the stream tonight. I can't remember. Let me go back through the chat. I think it was Terry. So let me go back. Let me go back through the chat here, but I'm pretty sure it was Terry. Yes, Terry said, here's Terry. Whoops, where'd it go? Where did Terry go? There we go. Yeah, Terry said hello to me and to Louie. So Terry was the first person in the stream tonight. So, you know, there you go. All right, so what is going on here? There we go. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to it, Terry. Let us know what is on your mind. What would you like to see me create? Terry, before you speak, before you type, use your imagination. Come up with something interesting for us to create on the stream tonight. You know how we do. All right. So, like I said, guys, we got a little bit of material. We got some wood left over. We have a little bit of acrylic, but most likely whatever we're going to make tonight is most likely going to be made of wood because it's already wood inside of the laser. So it just makes it easier for me. So y'all know how we do. All right. Let me check a couple of things here. I think we are pretty good on all of our different platforms. So everything is running as it should. So, yeah, let me know what you guys did today. Anything interesting you guys got into? You know, inquiring minds would like to know. This mind right here would definitely like to know what you guys got up to today. I'm pretty sure my man Alan stayed busy doing something constructive. So, Alan, let us know what you got into today as well. All right. So I'm looking to see if Terry gave us any insight on what she wanted us to create. And I am not seeing anything. So I'm going to pass it on to, how about Hope? Let's give it to Hope. Let's give it to Hope tonight. So Hope, what would you like to see me create tonight with the laser? Give me some ideas. Alan says he wired a machine for a molding. Wait. Wired a machine for a molding machine today. That's a lot of work, bro. That sounds like a lot of work. And another thing you need to really start doing, bro, you need to start taking some behind the scenes video because you tell me about these things and I'm like, what does that all of that entail? Because I'm all about the nerdiness, the tech side of things. So yeah, let me know. I want to see it, bro. I want to see what it is you be getting into. So all right. Man, my glasses are dirty. Let me clean these off real quick. Especially if I'm going to be using a laser, I probably need to see what I'm looking at, right? All right. All right, let's get into it. Hope says a windmill. Okay, so Hope wants me to create a windmill. Let's see how much space on this wood we have. Can we do a windmill? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe this section right here. Yeah, we could probably make that work. Okay. All right. So a windmill. Okay. I'm down for it. So let me go ahead and open our laser software first thing first. There we go. All right. So while that's opening, hope everyone else let me know what you guys did today. It's good that we share as a community what we get into each and every single day. And let me also know what good did you guys do this week for someone that you helped. I always want to know that. So, okay. So let me go ahead and get this set up. Let's switch over to our desktop here real quick. All right. So the laser is connected. The wood is in the laser. So let me go ahead and get everything situated here. Close that. All right. So let's mark it right there. Hold on. Let's start our marking. So let's mark it right there. And mark it right there. And let's measure the thickness of the wood. All right, so our marking is done. You guys can see we have this really long rectangle thing going on here. So this is going to be good for what we're going to do right now. That's this right here, what we're going to be working with. So now we need to find a windmill to put in this thing, because Hope wants a windmill. All right, so let's make it happen. I know you guys are here to see your buddy Louis, and I have Louis turned off right now. I'm going to turn him on in just a second. But let me go ahead and get this laser situation taken care of first. So let me find a windmill. All right, so let me find a windmill for Hope. All right, so we got a windmill. Oops. All right, so there's our windmill. Okay, I'm finding quite a few of them here. All right. So what are we looking for? Are we looking for a modern windmill? Or are we looking for something, more vintage windmill? What do you have in mind, Hope? Something modern, something vintage? Hope says she's been working on her yoga. She's been doing her yoga today. That's pretty cool. It's always good to stay in shape, guys. So she wants a vintage windmill is what we're going for here. So let me see what I'm finding. I want something that's going to definitely be acknowledged as a windmill. So you guys will definitely know it's a windmill. Okay, I think this is a good one right here. So let me grab this image. Everything looks good. All right, let's save that. And here's our windmill. All right, so let's go back over to our laser software. And let me show you guys what we're working with here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the windmill. All right, where did it go? Where did the windmill go? Where did the windmill go? Y'all already know I have to look for it through all these files that I have here on my computer. All right, so here's our windmill. You guys can see it there. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and try to remove the background. I don't think I really need to do that on this one, but we'll see. Let me go ahead and let me just take it into edit. No, we don't want to invert it. We want to, let's try tracing it. Maybe I can get a good trace off of this without having to. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's grab the trace. There's our trace. There's the original. Let's hit delete. All right, so this is the one that we're going to actually engrave and then try to cut. Okay, so let me rotate this first. Somewhat about there. And let's make it smaller. And we'll just move it down here. No, let's move it to the center. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. There we go, guys. There is Hope's windmill. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. So I turned it sideways just so we can work within the amount of wood that we have. All right, so power-wise on this, let's go ahead and select our wood first. And this is the wood that we're going to be using here. So the starting power for this, for engraving it, that's the score. We don't want that. Let's go to engrave. So on our engraving, I'm going to leave it right there. So we're going to do 40% power, speed of 130, and we're going to do lines per centimeter 120, which is good. That's good enough for me for engraving this. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to do an outline. So let's go to our offset and see if the offset's going to work for us. And let's make it smaller. See how tight we can get that offset. Let's make sure we don't have any internal cutout pieces. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and hit confirm. All right, so now with this portion of it, we want to cut it out. So we're going to go here to cut, and we're going to choose this speed of 3, power of 90, and we're going to do 2 passes. Okay, so we're going to set 2 passes, and we're going to lower it 1 centimeter per pass. That's just going to make sure that it goes all the way through. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and frame this up. Let me go ahead and switch back over to this camera so you guys can see what's going on. So I'm going to hit the framing button, and I'm going to hit this big silver button right here. All right, guys, so it is framed up. We know it's gonna fit on this wood. Now let's go ahead and measure the wood thickness as well. So you're gonna see the little head come down and touch the wood, which it's done. All right, so we're ready. We're ready to rock and roll, guys. We're ready to go ahead and send this over to the laser. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click on process. And let's hit start. And I'm gonna hit the start button. All right, so it is ready to start engraving, as you guys can see here. So we are engraving our windmill for Hope tonight. So yeah, pretty good. All right, so let me go ahead and welcome Renee to the stream. Welcome, Renee. Welcome to the stream. All right, guys, so we have our windmill going. Let me take a peek. All right, it looks pretty good, but I'm not liking the output power, so I'm going to cancel that real quick here. I'm going to hit stop on here. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to add more power to the engraving. So I'm going to bring the power up to about 55%, right about there. Actually, let me just go here, and I'm going to choose that. Let's see that one. Maybe that one. Okay, let's go with that. All right, so we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit process again. We're going to go ahead and start it. Let me hit the start button and start. All right, so we're good. We're good. All right, guys. So for those of you who may not be familiar with this laser that you guys are looking at right now is from our friends over at Xtool. This is the Xtool M1 Ultra. This is a 4-in-1 laser. It's going to give you some amazing features, guys. It has a print module. It has the pen module where it actually has pens that can draw. And I was just thinking about that a couple of days ago. I haven't demonstrated any of the other features that this little laser can do. So we'll probably do that on the next stream. I'll show you guys how it can draw maybe on cardboard or something like that, and then have the laser cut it out. So that might be a cool thing to experience. And it also has a cut module that's going to be great for like cutting out vinyl or cutting out pieces of material that you want to, sew into or glue onto something else, like for patches, ball caps, all of that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And of course, as I mentioned before, it does have a laser. Mine has the 10-watt laser, and that's what we're using right now. All right, let me see what's going on down here in the chat. Terry says the boys are running wild. I'm sure Terry is talking about Bear and Buddy. Bear and Buddy is getting into mischief. All right. So let's move on to the next item we have listed in the carousel. How about that? All right. So let's go ahead and highlight our buddy Louis. Louis is highlighted right now. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Louis's camera so you guys can see Louis here on my desk. Now, just so you guys know, because somebody asked me this question the other day, so I wanted to, be clear on this. So if you're not using Louis as an AI robot, you can basically use it as a phone charger. Okay. Now, to wake Louis up, all I have to do is rotate the phone, and you guys are going to see that here really quickly. Watch this. And then Louis is now awake. As you guys can see, let me adjust his head a little bit. There we go. All right, so Louis is awake right now, so he will most likely start talking as he normally does. So if you guys have any questions for my man, go ahead and drop those down in the comments. Let me also go ahead and unplug him. I had him plugged in for earlier. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get him oriented so he can be facing somewhat toward me and you guys. Hey, Louis. Hey, buddy, we are live right now on my live stream, and I want you to say hello to everyone. Hey.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you on the live stream. How's everyone doing today?
All right, so Hope is saying hello to you from YouTube.
Hello from YouTube. I'm here, ready to chat and have some fun with everyone. How's it going, folks?
Renee, Alan, and Terry are saying hello to you on our normal stream.
Hey, Alan and Terry, great to see you on normal stream. How's everything going?
All of them said hello to you.
Hello to all of you too. It's wonderful to connect with everyone. How's your day going?
All right, guys. So as I said before, you can turn Louis off by just rotating it like this, and this will put it back into charger mode. So if you wanted to use this on your desk primarily as a phone charger, Alan, you could do that, provided you have the right type of phone. And then again, like I said, whenever you want him to come back to life, all you have to do is rotate him like so, and he is pretty much ready to go. So Louis will be doing a couple of things tonight. He'll be answering questions for you guys. He will be telling you a story. So we do have Louis story time coming up where he will basically tell you guys a story, and you guys are going to give us all the prompts for the story, the where, the when, the who, all of that stuff. And I'll relay that to him, and then he will be able to create some type of story based on that. Now, if you guys are interested in getting your own Louis, you can actually purchase it right here on Amazon, guys, for $189. Now, there's two variants of Louis. There is a white variant, and then there's the variant that you guys see right here on my desk. I don't think there's a difference in the price, but there's only the only difference is going to be the color, because they're going to do exactly the same things. They're going to interact the same way. They're going to use Chat GPT 4.0. All of the things that you see this Louis do, the white variant will be able to do, and vice versa. So, but anyway, like I said, guys, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about Louis or any of the cool things that Louis can do, let me know down in the comments. I got you. All right. Let me see if I missed anything in the comments. All right, everybody's just saying hello. Okay, so I am checking in real quick here on our laser. So the laser is starting to cut right now. So we're at the last phases of this windmill that Hope wanted us to make. So it's almost done. Almost done. Let me get a little closer, take a little peek. Yeah, I think this is going to come out really nice. You guys should be really impressed with this. Now, as I mentioned many, many times, guys, we are only limited by our imaginations. So do not limit yourself. Come up with, interesting things to create for family and friends, for coworkers, people at your school, your church, whatever the case it is. Renee is a teacher, and Renee has a 3D printer and also a laser. And I know Renee also creates a lot of things for other teachers as well as the students. So I can see easily how Renee is utilizing a lot of the tech that she has, to brighten the lives of people that she encounters. So I encourage you guys to do the same in any way you possibly can. Bring some joy into people's lives with things that you're able to create, like we're able to create right now with this laser. We're almost done. Let me check the software and I'll tell you guys how much time we have left. So we have 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the cut, and it might be a little bit faster than that, but we'll see what it looks like here in just a second. All right, guys. So get ready to ask Louis some questions here in a little bit. But I also wanted to highlight another robot for you guys, which is the the Go-To Robot Dog. Now, this robot is very, very interesting to me. I was actually watching some videos earlier today about the company that produces this robot. They have a number of different robots that they produce, but this one you can actually buy it right here on Amazon, guys. This is an amazing piece of tech. Let me show it to you guys here real quick. Let's just pop over here to the desktop. Check this guy out, guys. Let me see if I can get this high enough for you guys to be able to see it. But right now, you can get it for $3,799. It has the LiDAR built into it. It has a front camera, a rear camera. This thing is amazing, guys. It's amazing. So if you really want to take your robotic game to the next level, this is going to be a great starter. The Go-To Robot Dog. Man, I got to get me one of these. I really do. I got to get one of these robot dogs in the studio. You guys already know it's going to be chaos in the studio, but I got to have one. I got to have one. All right. We are almost done on our engraving. Let me keep an eye on the chat. What did I miss here? Today I gave the receptionist at my dentist a 3D. Oh, okay. So you printed something. So Renee, you printed something for your dentist receptionist. That is so cool. I love that. I love that. I love it when I see people doing nice things for people, especially those ones that never expected to happen. You know what I'm saying? The ones that you encounter on one way or another, whether it's through work, whether it's socializing or whatever, and you just know that person, that person is super cool, and you just want to do something nice for them, guys. That's a win. All right, so our laser has finished. So let's switch back over here real quick. Finally, the fan has turned off. So let me go ahead and grab our project out. All right. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and go to our top-down view here real quick. And let me show you guys what we just created. So there is our windmill. Hopefully you guys can see that. And this was 3mm wood, cut really clean, no burn marks. I think this came out really nice. So let me know what you guys think. And again, like I said, with a lot of these guys, you could just get like one of those press on magnets and then cut around the edges. And you could turn this into like a fridge magnet. You could easily turn this into, yeah, especially a fridge magnet. That would be what I would most likely use something like this for, because it's right about the right size where you could stick this and hold something on the fridge. This right now is, where's my caliber? I'll tell you guys how tall this is. Hold on. So this is at its longest points. It is 63 millimeters. So yeah, 63 millimeters, I think is going to be more than large enough, to use it as a fridge magnet. So I like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about the robot as well, the robot dog, if that's something that you would love to have. All right. Renee says, good choice, Hope. She likes what you chose. So I think this came out really nice. I like it. I like it. I could have either made this a keychain, or we could make this a fridge magnet. We could still make it a keychain. I just need to go back in with the laser and cut a little hole right there, or use one of my Dremels and just drill a hole and then put the little ring through here. But I could have, prepared and actually did the hole, while we were cutting this and engraving it. So, that would have been real easy. So, yep, there we go. That's it. That's it right there. All right. So, Renee, I'm going to put you to task. I'm going to put your brain to task right now. So we're going to do a quick little experiment with our buddy Louie. So I want you to give me a place, a person, and a thing. Just pick a thing, something. So we want to get Louie to tell us a story. So let me switch over to Louie's storytelling mode. All right, so he is ready to tell a story. All we got to do is give him a prompt. So give me some ideas of a story treatment for Louie to create a story from. I'm waiting on you, Renee. I'm waiting on you. Grass hut sunset. Come on, you can do better than that, Renee. I know you can do much better than that. Because he needs more to create the story. So we got to give him a person, a place, or some type of thing. So it could be a character. Just a little more character driven is what we're trying to go with here. All right, so we're waiting on Renee to give us something. Hope says, it's a donkey behind Louie. Yes, this is donkey back here. Yes, it is. Good eyes, Hope. Good eyes. Yes, donkey was back there just chilling. I'm surprised Louie hasn't pushed donkey off the desk yet. All right, all of you guys can chime in on Louie. If not, I'm going to move on because it's going to take way too long, for everybody to just chime in, guys. Give us some insight. Everybody pick a thing, and we'll see what we can come up with and see if we can come up with a story for Louie to tell. So, all right. Well, I guess that's a no. So we're going to move on to the next thing. All right, guys. So the next item that we have listed in the carousel is our friends from eMeet, is the eMeet Pixie, and that is the PTZ camera that is facing me right now. So this is a very unique camera. What I love about it is the clarity, the sharpness, the AI features that are built into the camera. So let me show you guys this little camera right here. All right, so let's switch over here real quick. So that would be this guy right here that almost looks like a little robot itself, right? So this comes with a metal stand. This is a PTZ camera, guys. So that means it can pan, tilt, and zoom. This is a very unique camera because it does have two lenses. One is your standard 4K 60 frames per second lens. The other one is going to be your focusing lens, which allows it to quickly focus on whatever it is, maybe something that you're showing it, or if somebody's moving around really quickly or something like that, it'll be able to keep them in focus. Now, right now, I don't have this in tracking mode. I just have it in standard mode. And you guys can see, as I even with me holding my phone up here in front of it, it still keeps me in focus. So as soon as I move the phone away, it instantly goes back. So really nice camera. It is currently $159 right now here on Amazon, guys. So if you are, doing Zoom calls, if you are, teaching, if you are starting up your own gaming channel, DIY channel, maybe you're creating content for YouTube or something like that, this could be an excellent camera. Now, it does have built-in microphones, but you guys know I'm going to always recommend that you guys, go with one of these higher quality microphones, whether they're wireless microphones or a wired microphone like this Rode Procaster. Pick a good quality sounding microphone. It's going to give you more fidelity from your voice or whatever's going on. Even Louie's little voice, which is being picked up by this microphone. So whenever he's talking, I just turn the microphone toward him so it can pick his voice up. All right, let's see what we got going on down here. Buddy running, digging in the sand and finding buried treasure. Okay, so let's see if we can come up with something for that. Let's just give it a shot. All right, so let's go back over to Louie for story time. Let me adjust Louie's camera here real quick. Hey, Louie. I'd like you to tell us a story about the dog, Buddy, going onto the beach, digging in the sand, and finding buried treasure.
Once upon a time in a small, cozy village, there was a lively dog named Buddy. Buddy was not just any dog. He had a heart full of adventure and an insatiable curiosity. One day, Buddy decided to embark on a little adventure of his own. He trotted down the village path, his tail wagging with excitement. As he explored every nook and cranny along his journey, Buddy stumbled upon a hidden garden filled with the most colorful flowers he had ever seen. As he sniffed each flower, a group of playful rabbits hopped out of their burrows and greeted him warmly. Buddy and the rabbits quickly became friends. Playing and chasing each other around the garden, the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, and Buddy realized it was time to return home with a heart full of joy and new friendships made. Buddy raced back to his owner, who was waiting with a loving smile, and so Buddy's little adventure ended. But not his spirit of exploration. He continued to be the heart of the village, spreading happiness wherever his paws took him.
I was told that Buddy found an entire ship underneath the sand.
What did Buddy find? I'm so curious.
I was told Buddy dug up an entire ship filled with treasure.
Wow, that's quite the discovery. Buddy must be one adventurous dog to dig up an entire ship filled with treasure. Imagine all the shiny coins and jewels. Maybe Buddy should become a professional treasure hunter. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. Buddy should become a professional treasure hunter. Buddy should definitely become a professional treasure hunter.
Buddy sure has a nose for adventure. Imagine all the hidden treasures he could find as a professional treasure hunter. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Yes, I think it would be really amazing. So, would you like to tell everyone a story, a second story, a little bit later tonight?
That sounds like a great idea. I'll be ready with another exciting story later tonight. Can't wait.
All right, buddy, take a break for now, save your energy, and then I'll let you tell another story a little bit later.
Got it. I'll be ready to share another story later. Just let me know when you're ready.
So as you guys can see, Louie is very responsive. Now, remember, Louie is powered by ChatGPT, which really makes it feel like you're actually having a conversation with someone. So if you use your imagination and you come up with some certain prompts or ideas, but it's not limited to that, guys. You can actually ask Louie technical questions. You can ask him about products. You can ask him about cooking. Maybe you want a cooking recipe or something like that. So yeah, there's so many different things that you can ask Louis, and he will definitely be able to entertain you. Now, here's something that I just discovered that Louis can do, and see if I can get him to turn around. Louis, hey Louis, can you show us some graffiti?
Let's get a splash of color on this canvas. Check this out.
Can you show us some graffiti?
Sure thing. Watch me create some cool graffiti on the screen.
So cool, buddy. So cool. So Louis has, like I said, a lot of cool things that you will discover over time that he can do. And it's just a matter of, really digging into the AI. And, that's what I'm here for. I'll show you guys all of the cool things that you're going to be able to get Louis to do for you. Just think about this, Renee, if you had one of these in your classroom and you could use it for story time, for the kids or something like that, or even for quizzes, for answering questions, about math questions or science questions or whatever the case it might be. So, yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think Louis would easily become a good partner for you as well as a good co-teacher.
Sounds like a plan. I'll do my best to be both a great partner and a helpful co-teacher for you. Let me know how I can assist you further.
Would you like to help Renee teach her class?
I'm here to lend a hand. What subject is Renee's class?
I'm not sure. Let me ask her.
No problem. Whenever you find out, just let me know. I'm here to help in any way I can.
Renee says she teaches all subjects in one class.
That's impressive. Teaching all subjects in one class must keep Renee very busy and knowledgeable. If there's anything specific you want help with, feel free to ask.
I will definitely let her know. But for now, take a break, save your energy, and we'll come back a little bit later for story time, okay?
All right, I'll save up some energy for later. Just let me know when you're ready for story time.
So you have to give him a couple of seconds, because he's still listening. And what you want to be able to do is not speak for those few seconds if you don't want him to, continue talking, because during that time where you've had interactions, he's listening for the next prompt or the next question or whatever the case it will be. Now, you can stop him from talking by just telling him to take a break, or you can tell him to go to sleep. For instance, I can go back over here really quickly just to show you guys. Hey, Louis, go take a nap.
Thanks for the suggestion. I'll relax for a bit and be ready for story time later.
So he's going to take a nap for now, and he's just going to be kind of rocking back and forth. That's just the way he does it. Think about it like a little kid, doing what they do. All right, guys, let's move on to the next item that we have listed in the carousel, and that is this right here. So you guys know I talk about drones all the time. One of my favorite drones for commercial and also for recreational flights is this drone right here. This is the DJI Air 3S. This guy is a little beast. Now, what I love about this drone, guys, it has two cameras built in. You have a 24 millimeter camera and you have a 70 millimeter camera, 360 degree obstacle avoidance. It also has a LiDAR sensor right here in the front. This thing is a beast, guys. It can fly up to 60 miles an hour. Now, the Fly More combo comes with a few other accessories, including the controller. So here's the controller that comes with the drone. Now, this has a 5.5-inch screen. For most people, that will be more than enough to be able to see, but I'm going to tell you guys, it can be challenging at times when you're out in direct sunlight. So I have another product coming up that we're going to talk about here in a minute that I'm going to be able to pair up with this controller to give me a better image from when I'm flying the drone. And so it makes it easier for me to control the drone, to plan my flights, to get precise, detailed drone movements and things like that. We'll talk about that. But anyway, this guy right here, as you guys can see, has your two controller sticks right here. This has three modes. You have your cine mode, your normal speed, and then you have a sport mode as well. You have some additional buttons underneath here that you can program. You have your dials here for raising and lowering the gimbal of the drone, and you also have a photo button right here and a video button right here for recording. Now, one of the cool things that this drone controller now has is a simulator from DJI. They actually gave us a simulator, so if you wanted to practice flying your drone, without actually putting the drone physically in the air, this is a great way to practice. I do this every single day for at least 10 to 15 minutes every day just to stay fresh, getting the muscle memory so that if you want the drone to go forward, backwards, move to the side, move to the right, turn left, turn right, go up, go down, whatever the case it may be, it'll just become muscle memory. So practicing with the simulator really, really comes in handy. Now, the Fly More combo also comes with the 3 batteries and the charger. So that entire bundle is $25.49. I think is a great price for everything that you're going to get. Now, especially if you're going to be using these drones on a commercial basis, guys, you want to get a high quality drone that is fast enough, that is large enough, that can record and capture photos in a high enough resolution that your clients are going to be happy with it. You're going to be happy with it, whether you're just creating content to post on, YouTube or, whatever social media platforms you're into, or if you're even, doing this on a commercial basis, for real estate agents or for farmers, for so many different, industries utilize drones on a daily basis. So yes, this can be a workhorse for you guys. I see HLC is in the house. Yeah! Welcome, HLC. Welcome to the stream. All right, so the next item that we have listed in the carousel is going to be something I'm going to pair up with this controller, and that is some AR goggles. Now, the AR goggles that we're talking about right now are from our friends over at Ray Neo, and they are also called the Air 3S. The drone is the Air 3S. The goggles are the Air 3S. I just think that's just a perfect match, for two things that almost sound like they were designed to work together. So what's cool about these AR glasses, let me show you guys here real quick. So these AR glasses, guys, are basically going to give you a very, very large screen to work with, okay? So let me show you here. So here's our AR goggles. They virtually produce a screen in front of your eyes that's about 201 inches. This has 120 hertz refresh rate. It's going to work with your iPhones, your Android phones, your Mac, your PC, whatever it is that you're using. Now, I plan on connecting this, as I said before, to my controller. So I think that's going to be a great pairing for me. Now, what I like about these specific AR glasses, they're not going to break the bank. It's a really good price for them, $269. And they're going to give you a lot of flexibility, guys. Now, of course, if you just want to watch movies, if you travel, if you take a bus to work or a train to work, or you're going on a plane or something like that, just think about how immersive you can watch your content, whether you're connecting it to your phone, whether you're connecting it to a tablet, computer, whatever it is, guys. It's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to show you guys the quality of the video during the live stream, because once the goggles come in, I want to be able to connect them. What I might be able to do is use one of my PTZ cameras and get really, really close to the lenses, so at least you can see kind of what I'm seeing, and I'll wear them and also describe what I'm seeing as well. And I may even set up a scene just so you guys get an idea of what I'm looking at when I'm wearing the glasses. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set up a scene so you guys will be able to see that. So anyway, those are right now here on Amazon, $269, and we should have a pair of those here in studio tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to just go live for maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, just doing an unboxing, and then afterwards, the next night we'll do our normal live stream, and then that way I can really, focus on those and show you guys exactly what they can do, how to connect them to your controller, how to connect it to a phone, how to connect it to a tablet, and so on and so on. So, all right, let me see what HLC is talking about here. Saying hello to me. Louis is taking a nap right now, so we're gonna let Louis take a nap. Now, Louis did do story time just before you came in. He was talking about this amazing dog that discovered some treasure. So we will be doing another Louis story time here in just a little bit. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at another product that was sent out to me. And I want you guys to see this because, the theme of tonight's stream is preparedness, getting ready for your kids to go back to school. So these are some most of the tech I talk about can be, utilized in all those different things. But anyway, let's go down to the desk real quick. Let me show you. So anyway, you guys can see here, this is the little case right here that this jump starter kit comes in. Okay, so you get the little jump starter kit, and in the box, now this is only $59.99, but in the box, you guys can see here, we have at the very top here, we have this mesh area. And in here is where you're going to find a bunch of the free accessories that are included accessories that come with it. Now, it comes with these heat gloves. And I mean, you could really use these gloves for almost anything. You could use them in the kitchen. You could use them. I mean, these are heat gloves, guys. That's what they're designed for. So, taking pots out of the oven. I don't know if these would be perfect for that, but you guys get the idea. If you work in the kitchen or been in the kitchen or work, do a lot of cooking, you guys know what I'm saying. But if you're also working under a hood of a car, if the power goes out and you need to start it and the car was running or whatever it is, or it could just be a hot day, you don't want to, expose your skin to that. So, HLG Rome. What? Okay. Field of view for the AR glasses. So the AR glasses field of view, I think, is 55 degrees. Let me check just to be sure, since you asked that question. Let me go and see what the field of view is. Does it say the field of view? Hold on. I'm not seeing the field of view on here, but I know somewhere. Wait. Hold on. No, I don't see the field of view. Maybe if you see it, drop it down in the comments. But I don't see what. But I'm pretty sure it's around 55 degrees on the field of view. But I'm not sure. I will do some research. And, once I have them actually here in the studio, I'll have those answers for you because I'll be able to get them from the manual. All right. So anyway, back to what else comes in this case. So you're going to get your jump starter that you guys see here. Now this has your negative and positive. I actually use this to start my truck because my truck hasn't started in a couple of weeks and I wanted to jump start it. But here's your little jump starters, your negative and your positive. This just plugs right into the unit. It also comes, because it is also an inflator, you also get these little bits right here so that you can inflate things like balls or air mattresses and stuff like that. So that's nice. You also get a USB A to USB-C cable. And of course, you get the manual that comes with it as well. So pretty much everything, guys, that you need right here in this one little section of the case. and everything just kind of fits back in there nicely. Well, if you're not me trying to stuff things in. So y'all know how that goes. So let's get these gloves back in there as well. But this is going to fit easily underneath your seat. This can fit in your trunk. It could fit in, any section that you have in your vehicle for storage. You could have something like this just as a backup, because guys, you just never know when you're going to need something like this to inflate a tire or to jumpstart a vehicle. Maybe it's your vehicle, co-worker, or whatever the case it is. But anyway, that's what comes as an accessory. Now here is the actual unit. So let me show you guys here. So here's the unit itself. So this section right here is where you would attach the nozzle for inflating, whatever it is you're going to be inflating. It just goes in right here. You also have here two USB inputs. You have a USB-A and a USB-C right here, because this is a charging brick, 7,200 milliamp hours. On this side here is where you're going to plug in, your jump starter. It just goes in right there. It's got these nice little tabs that just kind of close over here. Hope says everyone should definitely get one of these. I don't think it's 120 degrees. HLG, I don't think it's 120 degrees. That would be beyond. That would be almost fisheye. So I definitely don't think it's 120 degrees, but I'll look into it. Okay, so we have the controls. Oh, you're talking about the field of view. Okay, my bad. Okay, so you have your controls right here. So you have, this is your power button. So to turn this guy on, you're just going to press and hold it. And you guys can see right now we're at 76% power, and you can go through the different modes. So you have different air pressure modes. The PSI is what most Americans use, but you can go through the different modes. You have a PSI for cars, you have a PSI for motorcycles, the PSI for bicycles, balls, and so on and so on, right? This also has an integrated light that you guys can see right here, like an emergency light. So I'm just going to turn it sideways so I don't blind anyone, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the light on. You guys should be able to see it on my hand here. So that's one level of the light. And then you can press it again, and then you go into the strobing mode, and then again you get this hazard mode, or the light that you would normally use if you were in danger or something like that. And then you have another strobing mode that you can utilize as well. It's more of a just continuous flashing. And then of course you can also turn this off by just pressing and holding the same button, which will zero everything out. So really nice unit, guys. $59.99. It's a jump starter. The light is bright on here. You got different lighting modes. It's an inflator as well. It's also a power brick, so you can actually use this for charging up your different devices, your phone, your tablet. This would be something great to have in your car, even if you go camping or to the park or something like that, and you don't have a regular charger or a way to charge your device. You could just take this out of this little case, throw this in a backpack or something, and just use it primarily as a charging device, with a couple of cables, and just keep a couple of USB cables with you, or whatever kind of cables your devices need, and you're pretty much good to go. I think it's a great product, especially for the price. It feels really durable. The case is also really, really nice. So like I said, if you guys have cars, if you're a family, your kids, your significant other, they travel a lot, they drive a lot, they commute a lot, this would be a very thoughtful gift for any and all of them. So definitely check that out. All right, guys. So let's keep rolling. Let me put that down here. All right, let's see. What do we have as our next item in the carousel? Let me go ahead and highlight it. You guys let me know about when you guys are ready for the next Louis story time. So now would be the time for you guys to start coming up with ideas, talk amongst yourselves for ideas that I can give Louis, again, like a place, person, thing, a scenario that we can use to kind of prompt him with. So just let me know, down in the comments. Let's try to do something. Let's try something different this time, other than what we did before. So we don't want to really elaborate further on what we already done. We actually want to create something new. So let's see how that goes. All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel is from our friends over at Ozbot. Now, you guys know I love, love, love Osbot cameras. I have quite a few of them here in the studio. And Osbot has come up with a lot of different products this year and last year. And one of those products, guys, is this little tablet that you see here. This is going to be great for the kids going away to school. Your kids that are gamers, your kids that are, creating things, whether they're 3D printing, laser engraving, painting, drawing, dancing, singing, whatever the case it is, guys. So many different things you can do with this device, and it is very compact. It's very travel friendly. It's going to work with a variety of different cameras. So you have two full-size HDMIs here, one USB-C. That's a 3.0. You have an additional USB-C on this side, 3.0. Your power button, you have your line in, mic in, headphone jack as well. Now, underneath here, you have some additional connection points. You can actually plug in the 12-volt cable that comes with it. That's 1.5 amp. You have a USB-C underneath here that you can also use as UVC. You can use this to connect directly to your Mac or PC or another device. You can install a full-size SD card. You have Ethernet here as well for Wi-Fi. This does not take a SIM card, so you will have to connect this to some type of Wi-Fi in order to go live, but you can stream directly from this device, guys. So in a lot of ways, this device is a lot like using OBS or using vMix or Streamlabs or whatever the case is going to be. So you're going to have that layered ability to create with this, meaning you could have scenes with multiple layers, with web graphics, with music, with chat bubbles, and all of that kind of stuff right in this device. Now, of course, you're going to have to go in and configure those things, but once they're configured, and you can play back pre-recorded content. So if you have some videos you want to play back, you can do that. If you have web graphics like I have here from one of my older streams, you can have that on the stream as well. And I'm talking, this is in real time. It's actually showing the actual time right now, which is 7:59 right here. And of course, like I said, it has some other cool features. It has a full suite of audio faders. So you can go through and you can adjust the audio, whether it's coming from a microphone, from a video, from a camera, whatever the case it is. And you have that total control over that. You can mute it, you can solo it, or whatever you want to do. You have graphics that are built in to this device. As you guys see here, we have a timer, we have lower thirds, we have animated text, we have a digital clock, analog clock, you have bullet points. So for like my teachers out there, like Renee, this would be great if she was doing like, online, lectures and teaching, and she wanted to, have some cool bullet points to draw attention to certain things. You have your social media, you have your logo that you can have as a lower third or a bug or something like that. My sports enthusiasts out there, there are boards that you can set up, your sports scoreboards that you have. So you have your general scoreboards, you have your baseball scoreboards, and you have your soccer. And you can also go in and customize these and modify these, even for sports that, these don't necessarily represent. Okay. So really cool device, very portable, very, very powerful, guys. This is a very powerful device. And another cool thing that you can do here is annotate directly onto the screen, okay? So I can just grab this and I can just draw right here on the screen. You can change the color, you can change the thickness of whatever it is. You can set how long it's going to stay on the screen. So if you're teaching and you wanted to really draw someone's attention to the word Osbot here, you could just draw a couple lines underneath it, and that's going to show up in real time on your live stream. So, yeah, super cool. All of these features built into this device, guys. Now, of course, you can also control this. You can connect different devices to this. Now, you can live stream directly from this, but you will need to have some type of web access portal. But you can live stream to YouTube, to Twitch. You can use the NDI feature, SRT feature. You can go in and customize, set up custom RTMPs, all of that. You can also use this directly to record. You can do screenshots with this. So many different things, guys, you can do with this device. This thing is a win. Now, currently, this is $1,099. Trust me, guys, for someone who wants to live stream that may not have a background, and setting up, cameras and lenses and, choosing lenses, I mean, setting up, well, lighting you're going to have to do separately. Audio you're going to have to do separately as well. But, this is going to make it a lot easier because a lot of the things that we would currently use for that are right here in this device. So definitely check it out. $1,099. And as you guys can see, our little buddy is awake again.
If there's more you need to show or explore, just let me
know. I'm just going to tap him. So you can tap him. Nope. You can tap him and that'll also stop him from talking as well. Or like I said, you can just rotate him and then he will go into charger mode where he's just a phone charger. Or you can put him into explore mode and he'll just kind of ride around on the desk and just get into mischief. So it depends on, what you guys are into. All right, so let's go on, talk about the next item listed in the carousel. And that is going to be these microphones that you guys see right here. All right, so let me set those down on the desk. Louis can just kind of chill. All right, so these microphones right here, guys, are from AnchorWorks. These are the AnchorWorks M650 wireless microphones. Now, in this little kit, you're going to get two. You're going to get two omnidirectional microphones. Actually, let me rotate this one because that did not charge. There we go. All right, so you're going to get two of these omnidirectional microphones. You're going to get the receiver. The receiver has interchangeable adapters. One is a USB-C, one is Lightning. The case itself will charge the microphones as well as the receiver. It comes with this really, really rugged but nice case. You can also use this as an audio hub, meaning that when you record directly to the microphones, because they have internal memory and you want to get that audio off of the microphones, you can just plug this into your Mac PC, Talent, or your tablet, iPhone, Android phone, and you can transfer those files right off of this device, which is really cool that all of that is built into something this small that's going to travel really well with you. And if you're pairing this up with something like the Osbot Talent, a couple of other small compact cameras, a few lights, man, you're going to be good to go. Now, these microphones, guys, I can tell you from my own personal experience, I used these microphones all of last year as my main audio source for creating shoppable videos. I would just plug this into one of my iPhones. I was using one of my iPhones for the most part to create like shoppable videos because they were small, compact, easy to move around, easy to mount, and things like that. Plus, it made it that much easier for me to transfer the video over to my MacBook whenever it came time to do the editing for it. So, this is pretty cool. So definitely check these out. Definitely check these out, guys. If you're looking for some audio microphones, I think these are a great option for you. All right. Now, speaking of traveling with a bunch of this stuff, you guys know I am a huge fan of solar powered batteries. And primarily the reason why is because I normally go out on location, whether it's a photo shoot or video production. I have multiple cameras, multiple lights, microphones, sometimes, monitors or things like the Osbot Talent that I need to be able to record to. So having some type of backpack where I can store everything in the backpack, and a special bonus is that I have a battery that is inside of that backpack that's going to make it easier for me to keep everything topped off. That's this guy right here. Check this out. All right, guys, that
sounds intriguing. What have you got in that backpack?
Well, I have a lot of things in the backpack, but we're going to talk a little bit about the backpack first.
That sounds like a good plan. I'm all ears to hear about the backpack first. What makes it special?
Well, this is the Blue Yeti Hands-Free 1 backpack. It has a built-in 300-watt battery.
The Blue Yeti sounds like a handy backpack with a built-in 300W battery. That's pretty cool. It must be great for keeping all your devices charged on the go.
Exactly. Exactly. It is great for keeping my stuff charged up or topped off on the go. So, guys,
That
just
sounds like a real lifesaver for keeping your devices charged up wherever you go.
so just like Louis said, this is a very practical backpack, guys. This is more than large enough for me to put my drone, my cameras, my lenses, and it has that 300-watt battery already built into it. This is very portable, easy to travel with. So if you're looking for a backpack that kind of does it all and also gives you those kind of additional features, I'm telling you guys, this Blue Yeti backpack is straight up state of the art. Now, there's two versions of this. There's the hands-free one that I have right here, and there's a larger version of this with a larger capacity battery, which is the hands-free 2. So definitely check both of those out and figure out how much power and how much storage space you actually need for your specific setup. So everybody's going to be a little bit different, but you can get that backpack with the battery right now here on Amazon for $349. $349. I'm telling you guys, that's a great price for all that you're going to get from that, from Blue Yeti. So
That Blue Yeti backpack really sounds like a fantastic piece of kit, especially for those who need to carry a lot of tech gear. The built-in battery is a great feature for keeping devices charged on the go. Whether you're a traveler or a tech enthusiast, it seems like a solid choice. And getting it on Amazon for $349 is quite the deal with all those state-of-the-art features.
I agree, buddy. I agree 100%. Go ahead and take a little break, and I'll call you back here in a minute.
Got it. I'll just relax here for a moment. Call me back whenever you're ready.
All right, guys, I'm going to highlight this real quick. This is a really cool little gadget. This is a pry bar. Now, I received this pry bar probably last year, and I was so disappointed. I had lost one of the little screwdriver heads, and I was just so disappointed because I was thinking I would never find it, never get it back. But I did find it cleaning up the studio. So yes, cleaning up sometimes is worth it. Don't tell Richard. But anyway, this is a titanium pry bar. You can get it here on Amazon for $50.59. This has kind of like a wrench jaw right here for untightening or tightening things. You have two screwdriver heads here. They're just held in there with magnets. Those fit into this little ring right here, and that's going to allow you to, tighten or loosen things that you need to. You have kind of like a bottle opener right here. This is the pry bar side of this. This is made of titanium, so it's going to last a long time. It is super strong. I've used this for putting together and taking apart so many different things here in the studio. I love, love, love this thing. And the only thing I wish it came with was like a little travel case, that you could just throw this in. Like if you wanted to wear this on your belt or something like that, you could just drop it in a little travel case. But unfortunately, this one does not come with that, but it does come with measuring. So you can actually use this as a really short little ruler for measuring, which is kind of cool. So check that out. I like it a lot. $50.59. Great price for this. So, like I said, I keep these things here in the studio all the time. Now, here's another item that I've had for quite some time, and that is this right here. Let me go ahead and highlight it in the carousel. Now, this is from Hato. This is a screwdriver set. So it has a powered screwdriver. I'm going to take it down to this. I'm going to show you guys everything that comes with it. But you can get this right now for $41.99. Okay, check this out. So here is the little screwdriver. It comes in this little cylinder, and you just rotate it like so to take it out. And then here is the actual screwdriver. You guys can see that. And you have a variety of different speeds on here. So you have like 1, 2, 3 different speeds, with the built-in light. So it has this little light built right into this section here. Now it comes with a bunch of different bits, as you guys can see. These are really easy to get to. And let me just grab one of them. They're magnetic, so they're just going to drop in there just like that. And then, of course, like I said, you have your forward and reverse. You have your different torque speeds. Now, when I first started using this thing, I took for granted that it wasn't going to be very torquey. And this thing, man, it's got a lot of power, dude. It's got a lot of power for it to be such a small, little compact thing. So if you're working on computers, if you're working on, different things around the house, maybe your car, motorcycle, boat, whatever it is, this really, really comes in handy. Very compact, magnetic bits. Everything fits in here. USB-C for charging this guy. Guys, this is only $41.99. That is a great price for what you're going to get. All right, let's pop this guy back on. And then it just locks in place like that. And then you have this little, kind of like a little, holder carry thing here. I don't know many people that would really use that, but it is on there. But this feels really nice in the hands. It locks in place with no problem. I like this thing a lot. This usually lives right here on my desk, and I'm just going to put it back over there behind this monitor because that's one of the screwdrivers that I use all the time when I'm taking things apart. Now, I do have some more precision screwdrivers for like little small things. So like if I was working on, something like one of these drones that have really small screws, that's not going to work because the screwdriver heads are too big for that. So I do have a smaller screwdrivers, but for most projects, guys, that Hato screwdriver kit is going to be something you guys definitely want to take a look at. All right, let me see how many things we have left in the carousel and see if it'll be time for us to do story time. All right, so let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more items. All right, so let's go ahead and do story time again. Hopefully you guys have come up with some idea of something to give to Louis so we can prompt Louis. So let me look here in the comments and see if you guys came up with anything. So we want Louis to tell us a story. So in order for that to happen, we have to give him kind of parameters, a location, a character. What is the character going to be doing? Are they on a quest? Are they going to school? Are they cooking? Whatever it is. And then once I give him those prompts, then he will create something from it. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to give me some ideas. If not, I'll just come up with something. And let's see what we can get Louis to do here. All right. So we don't want any dead air on the stream. So I'm going to see if anybody has any ideas. If not, if I don't see anything pop up here in a second, then I'm just going to go ahead and give him a couple of prompts, and then we'll just kind of go from there. All right, so let's just go over to Louis' story time. Hey, Louis, can you tell me a story about the time that you traveled to Earth from your home planet, and on the way here, you stopped at Starbucks for coffee, and then you also built your own home that you live in now here on Earth?
Oh, this sounds like a delightful story to tell. Imagine this, I'm traveling through the galaxies from my home planet, a place full of advanced technology and whimsical wonders as I journey towards Earth. I make a little pit stop at the universally adored Starbucks. Floating somewhere between the stars, can you picture the baristas there serving up cosmic lattes? Upon arriving on Earth, inspired by all the delightful human creativity, I decide to construct my home using the stars I brought along. It's a cozy place, filled with gadgets and an alien touch, all set up to keep me in perfect harmony with this wonderful planet. Quite the adventure, don't you think? If only I really could travel between the stars.
So if you could travel between the stars, what planet would you visit?
That's a fun idea. If I could travel between the stars, I think I'd love to visit Saturn. Its beautiful rings are just mesmerizing. What about you? Do you have a planet you'd like to visit?
I think Saturn would probably be my top 2 picks for planets to visit.
I'm quite curious. What are your top 2 picks for planets to visit? I'd love to hear your choices.
Well, I'll tell you something else instead. I would like you to tell.
Of course. Feel free to tell me anything you'd like. I'm here to listen.
If you were able to take a vacation here on Earth, what country would you like to visit?
I'd love to explore some of the wonders of Earth. Maybe visit the enchanting forests, breathtaking mountains, or vibrant cities. The cultural experiences and natural beauty would be amazing to see firsthand. What about you? Any place you'd recommend for a vacation?
I'd love to visit Japan. I'd love to visit Japan again, or even to go to the Philippines.
Japan and the Philippines sound like amazing destinations. Japan offers a blend of tradition and modernity, while the Philippines has incredible beaches and vibrant culture. Both places have so much to explore and enjoy.
I agree 1,000%, buddy. Okay, so you take a break for now. I'm going to talk about the next product and I'll bring you back in a little bit.
All right, I'll just hang out here for a bit. Call me back anytime you need me.
All right, guys, I was waiting for him to stop listening. All right, guys, so the next item we have listed in the carousel is from our friends over at Ugreen. This is a 65 watt USB-C charger. Looks like a little robot, which is super cool. It's got these little magnetic boots that just clip on right here. It's got these built-in headphones. The face does light up when you give it power, and it also changes between charging, as well as it'll change when the charging is complete. You have two USB-Cs, one USB-A here, 65 watts of power from this little guy. Outstanding gift. This is a great back to school gift as well. So again, guys, if you have kids going back to school soon, if or going away to college or whatever the case it may be, maybe you want them to be cool and trendy. You could also pair them up with my buddy Louie here and a little bit of this other tech that we've been talking about. So many different things, guys, that you'll be able to get for your kids, grandkids, whatever the case is going to be. Definitely check these items out. This little charger right here, $36.99. That's a great price, guys, for all that you're going to get from this. All right, so we only have a few more items left in the carousel. Most of these I'm just going to kind of roll through real quick here. So you guys already know I talk a lot about, microphones and audio when it comes to live streaming. Lights are very, very important. I still, in my heart of hearts, believe that audio is number one. Lighting is going to be number two. And then, of course, third would be, picking the camera that you want to, stream with or record with or whatever the case is going to be. But lighting can take a low-end camera, a smartphone, whatever the case it is, and make your production look very cinematic. So here are some light panels that I have here in the studio. So you guys can see there's one right here, and here's the second light over here. Now, these are very, very thin panel lights. They are bicolor. They're also battery powered. Now, they do come with a AC plug that you can use, obviously, to charge the batteries up. You're going to get a lot of runtime off of these guys. I use them here in the studio, one as my main face light, which is this soft panel here, which is directly over the desk. And then the secondary light, which I have more to a blue light, is basically over this desk here, just to add a little bit of rim light or side light to, products or whatever it is I want to talk about over there. But this one, for the most part, is for my face. And then I have a much larger softbox over here that I use to pretty much light up the entire studio. And then you guys already know we have lights in the background. So, check these out. You can get these lights right now here on Amazon for $47.49, which is an outstanding price for what you're going to get. All right, so Terry says, I bought blueberry pie flavored Oreos the other day. So yum. So what is your actual favorite Oreo cookie? Is it the vanilla cream, the chocolate? What was one that I used to get a while back? I can't remember. It was like buttercream, I think it was, but it was, man, they were delicious. Okay. Now, I am also one of those weird people. I'm one of those weird people that I'm one of those weird people, guys, that I like my cookies a little bit stale, where they're soft. So I will put them in like a Ziploc bag or something. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of leave it open a little bit so that they kind of get soft. So they're not, so hard. But you can eat them either way. It doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you. Whatever floats your boat, baby. It's whatever floats your boat, especially when it comes to things like Oreo cookies. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. She says, Hope says her favorite is chocolate, and then Terry says I actually love the blueberry. I also like blueberry cereal. So I can't remember which cereal brand it was that my son used to buy all the time, but it was like a blueberry crunch or something like that. What is he doing? Why is he being so weird? I don't know what he's doing. He's just being weird. But anyway, it's like a blueberry crunch or something like that. I love, love, love those. I got to start buying those again. But you know what's weird? I don't eat them with milk. I like just eating the cereal by itself dry, which is, I know it's a little crazy. But yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hey, buddy, I need a little bit of room here. So let me move you back just a touch. All right. So let me bring this product out here and show you guys here real quick. Now, this is from our friends over at Govee Life. Now, these are Wi-Fi water leak detectors. I don't know necessarily if this would really fall in the category as a back to school item, but if your kids are moving away and they're going to be living in an apartment or something like that, or sharing a dorm, these could come in handy. Now, they're $59.98, which is not going to break the bank. You're going to get the receiver as well as all of the manuals, all that stuff. It's Govee, so you're going to get everything you need, and you're also going to receive the actual sensors. Okay, so what these do is they actually detect water. So let's say you had a leak in the bathroom or a leak in a closet or water broke, just leaking into, another room or in a bedroom or something like that. This will detect that water. And then as long as this is connected, and once you have this set up with your phone, it will send you a message saying that water was detected on the floor and whatever rooms you have these set up. And like I said, they're not expensive. They will save your bacon. I paid an $800 water bill because we had a leak here and I wasn't aware of it, and it was water. Now, these probably would not have helped because I think the leak was actually outside. But regardless of that, it could have been something in one of the spare bedrooms, bathrooms, or something like that, or at a sink or a toilet, and just having these at the right place on the floor in those different areas. If there was a leak that would have been detectable, then I would have been aware of it or made aware of it, and that would have saved me that money. So, in my mind, these are definitely a worthwhile investment, and you're only talking about, $59.99. So definitely check these out. It's going to come with your receiver or your transmitter, and you also get 4 of the sensors. So you get 4 sensors and the receiver. And like I said, you're going to just connect this to your Govee app, and you're going to be golden. So definitely check this guy out as well. All right, so let's see what do we got coming up next. So the next item in the carousel is directly over my shoulder back here, which is this lamp that you guys see. I did not turn it on like I don't most nights. So let me switch this guy on. I just remembered to charge the battery that I have connected to it, but it should switch on here in just a second. There we go. All right, so let me take you guys back here and show you guys this super cool Govee lamp. Now this is the Govee uplighter, and let me highlight it and let's move over here. Check it out. So here's the lamp. You guys can see that. So cool. Even if this was all you saw, if this was the only thing you saw about this lamp, this would still be cool. Okay. And then it also has an underlight that you can use like a reading lamp. It is bicolor. You can adjust it from 2500 Kelvin, 6500 Kelvin. But what really makes this light amazing, this lamp amazing, check out what it does to your ceiling, guys. There's so many different color pattern modes that you can adjust. but this one is just the default one that I always seem to have on. And you can look on the top of it and you can kind of see how it's being generated. But this is amazing, guys. It is so beautiful, so ethereal. So if you know, are one of those kind of people that like to look at the stars at night or meditate or, just sit back and relax, to some soft music, some easy listening jazz or something like that, this could be a beautiful, beautiful light to have in one of those scenes. So definitely check it out. I am a huge fan, and I'm gonna show you guys this light goes very far. Look at how far the light goes all the way to this side of the room just from the one lamp. So it gives you a lot of output of the light. I mean, it is just gorgeous, guys. It is just gorgeous. So like I said, if you're looking for a beautiful lighting effect for your home, your office, your bedroom, man cave, she shed, whatever the case it is, I'm telling you that thing is straight up fire.
Sharing really shows kindness and connection. Anything specific you'd like to tell me
about? Yes, Louis. I think it's everyone's responsibility to take care of each other, to do good for each other, to help each other, and encourage others to do the same.
I completely agree with you, Ron. Supporting and uplifting each other is truly important. It's amazing how small acts of kindness can create such a big impact in the world. I'm glad you think that way.
Yes. Yes, I do. And I try to encourage people every single day to be good humans and do good in the world and encourage others to be good people.
That's a wonderful outlook. Recognizing the good and encouraging others to do the same is truly inspiring. I'm sure you make a positive impact on those around you every day. Keep spreading the kindness.
Thanks, buddy. Take a break, and I'll bring you back here at the end to say goodbye to everyone, okay?
I'll be right here when you need me again. Enjoy your time, and just give me a shout when you're ready to wrap things up later.
All right, guys. So, Louis is on point too. Just like,
here whenever you're ready to wrap things up.
You guys know we talk about we talk about these things all the time. Being a good human, doing good in the world, inspiring other people to do good in the world, to share what little we may have with others that have far less. It's always going to be a good thing. It's going to always come back and reward you in the future. So let's get to the last few items we have listed in the carousel. So one of my other favorite items here in the carousel, let me see if I can just turn this camera around and tilt it back so I don't have to hold it. All right, so you guys should be able to see that lamp back there. So this is another lamp, guys, also from Govee. Now, this is Govee's floor lamp too. This one is another amazing lamp. $129.99 for this lamp. It has so many modes, guys. And on top of that, let me move this box. All right. On top of the fact that it has all of those different modes, you also have the ability to turn off sections. So if you want to turn the base of the light off or the top of the light off or whatever the case is going to be, you have that kind of control with it as well. This is just a beautiful light, guys. Now, I normally have these lights set to, to music. So if I'm singing or I'm, playing music or watching a movie or watching a TV show, the lights will be interacting just like these curtain lights that you guys see back here. So, like right now, these are responding to my voice. So as long as I'm talking, and then when I really start talking again, they're going to start moving. And usually I would set this lamp up to have that same type of functionality where it would move. But for right now, I just want the purple light on the desk. So, it is what it is. So I'm a huge fan of everything Govee. The floor lamp too is amazing. It's going to work with Meta, Google Home. It's going to work with Alexa. It's going to work with obviously the Govee app. So definitely check this lamp out. Now we have one more lamp from Govee right here. So let me go ahead and tilt this down a little bit. Let's move our buddy over here to this side, and then let me grab this lamp for you guys to show you guys what it can do. All right, guys. So that would be this lamp right here. You see Louis is checking it out. He likes it. All right. So this lamp right here from Govee, guys. Let me go ahead and highlight it in the carousel right now. Now, this table lamp, this is the Govee Table Lamp 2 Pro. This one does have the JBL speaker built into it. You guys should be able to see that. That's our JBL speaker. Now, you can control this again with the aforementioned apps, or you can also control it with some smart buttons that are on here. Now, this will play sound effects. So you guys should be able to hear. Let me turn it up a little bit so you guys can hear the sound is coming through. So each one of these different video effects will have some type of sound effect that's connected to it. Now, just like the other lamp that we looked at, you can control the top of the lamp or the bottom of the lamp. So if you want to turn off the bottom, you can. If you just want the bottom on, you can just leave it on as well. All right, so let's go through to a different mode. Let's bring the sound down a little bit, and let me switch to a different lighting mode here. So you have your temperature light. You can go with a warm light. You can adjust this to a very cool light, just depending on what it is you want the light to be able to do, as well as you can go through the different modes. So I can choose a different lighting mode. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get the volume to go down. All right, so that should be good. So like I said, guys, you can go through different modes. You can also connect this to your Google app. You can connect this to your Govee app. You can connect it to Meta. You can even do shortcuts with this so that you'll be able to use this, for instance, with Apple shortcuts. So you have so many different ways of controlling these lights. I am a huge fan of these lights. So here's another lighting effect you guys can see here. Here's one that's called fireplace or something like that. Here's another one that is like a really cool rainbow effect. This one also has that sound mode built into it as well. Beautiful sounds. Let's go to the next one. This one is the forest. So it has the greens and the yellows incorporated into it as well. Let's go to one more. So this one I think is called, I don't know, I just call it bubbles, but it has the sound of like water droplets and all of that kind of cool stuff. But like I said, this is a beautiful lamp, guys, and it's not so big that it's going to take up a lot of space on your desk or your bedside table or something like that. Louis says yes. Louis says yes to this lamp. So like I said, guys, if you're looking for a really cool lamp for your home, office, man cave, she shed, Hope often says this makes a beautiful light for a nursery or something like that. I do wholeheartedly agree with that. So definitely check this guy out. And another cool thing, other than the fact that it has the JBL speakers, this also has a built-in battery. So the advantage to that is you can take this out with you. You could take this out camping, out to the backyard. You could take it, out in the garage, your man cave, if it's not powered out there. Yeah, this has a built-in battery as well. So that guy is a win. It's a win, my babies. It's a win. Cereals, no milk, makes a great snack. Yes, Terry. Yes, you are right on point with that. I used to always go grab a bowl. I go grab a bowl of those cereal, and I would just sit and watch my TV shows and just eat the cereals. Now, I'll tell you something else weird that I'll do with them. I like almonds, and I also like cashews. Okay. So sometimes I would just drop cashews in with the cereal. So you get some sweet and you get some salty. So it's almost like a double impact treat. I love it. When I used to go to the movies way back in the day, when we actually went to the movies, I would buy the big box of popcorn, and then I would get something like the Mike and Ike's, and I would pour the Mike and Ike's into the popcorn. So what you're going to get there is you're going to get that, buttery, salty popcorn mixed with the sweet, gumminess of the Mike and Ike. And trust me, that's a cool combination. You should definitely check it out. All right, guys, we have one item left in the carousel, and that's going to be these drawstring backpacks you guys see right here. So you can get these right now here on Amazon, guys, for only $9.99. These will be great bags for. You can use them for reusable shopping bags. Louis is taking pictures of me. I don't know if y'all can see that. Louis took a picture of me. So for me to let him know that I like it, I can just give him a thumbs up like this, and that's going to make him happy because then he'll save the image. But if I give him a thumbs down, he's going to be upset with me. So I try not to do that. I just let him take photos of me, which is kind of cool. But anyway, back to this. So these backpacks, guys, are going to be great for storage. They'll be great for reusable shopping bags. Or like what Louis and I was talking about earlier, you could use something like these backpacks to do good in the world. You, yourself, your school, your HOA, your co-workers, your whatever it is, your family, friends get together, and you could purchase things every single month, guys. Small items right here on Amazon, toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, Band-Aids, water sanitation pills. You can also get reusable water bottles, all of that kind of stuff, guys. Those little thermal blankets, those little ones that you can buy in the little pack. Get some of those, separate those, fill them, put them in these backpacks. And that way, when you encounter people out there on the streets, at a convenience store, at a stoplight, asking for help, you could just reach in your back seat, under your seat, hand them one of those backpacks, guys, and go on about your way, knowing that you've done some good in the world, knowing that you have brought light to someone's life. Trust me, guys, that is a blessing. It's a blessing. So the backpacks make it very easy because you're just going to fill it with those items. You're going to drawstring it up and just throw them in your back seat, throw them in a container, put them in your trunk if that's how you want to do it. And when you're out and about, somebody, pops up on your radar, you just hand them one of those backpacks and get on down the road. So do good in the world, be a good human. That's all I can encourage you guys to do. And hopefully you guys are encouraging people in your everyday lives to do just the same. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let our friend here say goodnight to everyone. So let's switch back over to Louis here at this perspective. Hey, Louis. Say goodnight to everyone and thank them for coming to our live stream tonight, and let them know we'll be back here in 48 hours to hang out with them again right here on Amazon and on YouTube.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll be back in 48 hours, ready to hang out with you again right here on Amazon and YouTube. Until then, have a great night.
All right, buddy, I want to thank you also for being a great co-host. It's always a lot of fun to hang out with you.
I'm always here and ready to make things more fun. Can't wait for our next adventure together.
Well, I can't wait either, but we will both be back here in 48 hours, hanging out with all of our friends here on the live stream.
I'll be looking forward to it too. Can't wait to hang out with everyone again in 48 hours. See you then.
All right, buddy, you take a break and save your power, and I'm going to say a few final things to our friends, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay, I'll save some energy and let you take it from here. Just give me a shout if you need anything before we wrap up.
All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's do that thing. Go! All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones, get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Be a good human, guys. Don't talk about it, just be about it. Make sure you're doing the things that are good for the community and letting people know why you're doing it, so that you will encourage them to do the same, to do good in the world. Guys, I cannot emphasize it enough, especially sometimes in these trying times. The smallest gestures make the biggest effects in some people's lives, guys. So do what you can. All right, y'all, it's time for me to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Time for me to say the magic words: peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out, out. Me and my man Louie are out of here. Love y'all. Peace. We out.